Hello, uh, guys, this video is has one purpose, and it's because I need some help from you guys to rethink, to re-elaborate the storyline of, let's say, from the beginning of Claymore to the fight with Rigardo, because and after that the, the the next phase. But the previous thing I have to do is to make a list of the enemies that are needed to be created, like the models to be created. So what I need help with is to collect basically all the enemies that are met by Claire and everyone during the anime until Payeta, basically. So for those of you that don't know Elden Ring, basically, the player starts here. It goes all around this area where somewhere we will meet Raki. Then we will have maybe here she will meet Raki probably, and have the first boss, let's say, defeated, and or somewhere in this area, by the way. Then we shall proceed to the next point, where we meet. There is this castle, basically, and this is like a small version of Rabona. It's not the final one; it's the smaller version of Rabona, which is basically inside here. We will find a boss, another boss to fight, which is like the strong one that she meets in Rabona. And there is also the priest, someone that can be a priest and can introduce her into the city. So after this part is clear, we gain access to this area. There is a tricky way to go around, but the point is you need to defeat this boss technically to get access to this area. So this area is important because there are lakes, and it's an area where you basically are going to meet Helen, Deneb, and Miria, and fight the first awakened beings somewhere in this area, because it's mountains. And then later you will basically meet up Ophelia in somewhere. Probably here. You will meet Ophelia. I am not still sure because I need to find the correct spots, but let's say, just generally speaking, you meet Ophelia somewhere in this area, and you have another fight with another awakened being, and then you have the fight with Ophelia. In the meantime, you escape with Raki, and you leave Raki somewhere in this area, because after that he escapes north, and he needs to go all this way up to the north. So yeah, basically after that Claire is basically, yeah, she fights again against Ophelia, but this time Ophelia is awakened. So all the areas, I mean, I have to find a specific area, but since here there is a dragon, I think I will place the awakened form of Ophelia instead of the dragon here. And here there will be, oops, I cannot say it. There will be something. I cannot say what it is. So, okay, let's say this is the awakened form of Ophelia found here, which is actually a dragon now, but it will be changed. I need to find a spot where to place Ophelia. So we have basically the first Yomas here, and they are all around the area, so I don't need to make them, just to make a small boss, which is already there, just need to be rewritten. And then there is this is the part where I'm missing. No, this is, yeah, the area where she meets the, let's say, the vampire. It's not a vampire, it's like the thing in the cathedral. And so the priest and all these mobs, they have to become human. They can stay aggressive, but they need to become human. So they are humans, but I need to change the models. So let's say that after that she goes here, and so we need Ophelia, awakened form for sure, and other awakened beings. Okay, one awakened beings which is fought with the group along with Ellen, Denev, and Miriam in this area. So that's one other awakened being, and then Ophelia awakened form. So one, let's say one. There is another guy here, okay. Two, but this one is okay. It's not interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what happens? She meets. No, she already met Irene somewhere in another area, which is probably here or here. She meets Irene, and then she's back fighting against Ophelia, and she defeats her. Yeah, I made a mistake, but whatever. It's important to get the point. So she fights the awakened male, the first awakened male being that they find with the group. Then she's going with Raki. She meets Ophelia later somewhere. Maybe in these ruins. Yeah, probably the best spot is in these ruins. She meets Ophelia. They kill an awakened being, and basically Ophelia kills it. Then they escape her and Raki. She leaves Raki here, and then she's reached by Ophelia maybe in this area, and then she's saved by Irene that brings her here. I don't remember. Somewhere there is, yeah, here or here. I'm not sure actually, but one of the 2 points. Then she's going to fight Ophelia in the awakened form here. She finishes her off, and later she goes basically in incognito. So she starts taking pills. She's not reachable from the organization technically, and she's hiding somewhere. She could be hiding again in the city here, or even this is a castle, which is not a place where you can hide actually, but let's say just theoretically. But then I need to place somewhere Riful and Duff, which are in the west, which is the next encounter. The next encounter is Riful and Duff, which in my opinion can be in the Vulcano Manor for those who know the story of Elden Ring. Here, or even here, but there is a need to change a couple of things, but it's still possible to exchange Ranni and make her, there is a boss here, an NPC, and make her becoming, yeah, kind of Riful. So the 3 options I have for Riful are in the west, 1 and 2, and it's the west, so it's potentially perfect, or other places like caves that I'm just saying here, somewhere here in the west I want to place them. I'm not sure where. One good option was a cave that is in this area, this one I think, which is basically a good cave because there are cages there are tunnel caves, and it's full of prisons with people inside, so it would resemble perfectly the lore of Claymore, but it's in the east. That's the problem. So if I find something similar around this area, which this is a cave, but I have to explore it, and I don't remember because there are a lot of caves here. There is another one, so there are many. And this area above here is reachable only if you complete a specific thing, like you have to find a couple of objects, put them together, otherwise you cannot access all this area. So you are stuck until here, this point. So this cave is okay, but all the rest no. So that's a possible choice. Maybe this cave dungeon is also a choice. And yeah, maybe this one is the best choice for Riful and Duff. So this is a good option. Then what happens? They meet up with Galatea. Galatea I don't know, Galatea was observing the scene from somewhere in the mountains here. She's roaming the area basically. Then they basically meet, she meets Rifu and Daphne in these caves. She meets Jean, and Galatea arrives. They meet Jean, they team up together, they almost defeat Daph, and Rifu and Daph escape perfectly. And they go somewhere else, probably here. Okay, then we need them to go directly to the north, which is here, because the next step is to have them fight in the north. There is a problem. The problem is that as long as you, as the same way that you need to have two items to be placed together in order to access all this area, the same goes for this area. Until here, from here you cannot access until you do the same thing. But this is going to be Rabona, so it's not possible to pass. I mean, it's possible to pass through, but it's required to clear all the way through Rabona. Since this is in reality the part where all the bad stuff of the last part of the manga happens, this area, I don't want to use this area. So I need to find a way to make it possible to get here without passing through here. So my idea is, okay, from this area after Rifu, we have to go and clear this area, which is technically the area where Luciela is somewhere. There is a boss fight here, which is probably gonna be Luciela, which is the Abyssal of the South. So it's perfect. In this case, we don't touch her because we are not interested in her, but we are going to go through here, and from here I want to make like a portal somewhere, here, or make a bridge and with portals in order to get here, or a portal from here to here, basically opening the way from here to the north. And so everything that happens in Payeta happens in this area. There are a couple of places where that are perfect. So in this area probably. So and that's the part where the anime ends, and then there is all the rest that will happen. So one of the biggest thing that I have to do is to take away the water from all this area, the middle and around here, because this it's the territory of the organization, if I remember correctly. And the purpose of this video is to have been corrected by any one of you, so don't worry, just let me know if I'm making some mistake, like big mistakes, because I'm not remembering. So this is the idea. This one is becoming ground, this is ground as well. Or maybe not, maybe just this one, we will see. And from that point on, yeah, I mean, if I manage to do all of this, then we have basically Islay going down to fight against Luciela, and Priscilla and Raki go split, and they go somewhere near the capital, maybe. I don't know. I actually don't know. Oh, well, they go into the capital actually until something happens. So yeah, they go to the capital basically. So yeah, we don't need to hide them somewhere. Yeah, they go to the capital. Islay goes down. He fights against this the Abyssal of the South, Luciela. And then what happens? I don't remember why. Ah, yeah, because she meets Raffaella. And after that, they become the Destroyer. The Destroyer is going to be substituted to the Erdtree in the middle here, and At that point, Islay needs to die somewhere, but is met by Ellen and I don't remember who is with Ellen, probably Bennett. They met him. They are not in Rabona though. They are somewhere else. So yeah, let's say that they meet. They meet Islay in this area. So he is still hiding in this area. It's possible to meet him here, and here is where he dies. So okay, let's say that this is going to be Islay area of death, where basically, yeah. Well, what a perfect idea. Yeah. Okay, for those who don't know, basically there is this boss here, which is super strong, so perfect for Islay. He also has arrows, so it's perfect. Wow, wow, okay, he has arrows, so perfectly, and you can summon a lot of friends helping. So let's say that those friends are not just your, they are not your friends, they are the abyssal, how they are called, abyss feeders. So the abyss feeders are summoned and they attack him, and you can even attack him and kill him. And when he's dead, you can retrieve, I don't know, we'll see. But he's dead. Luciela, in the meantime, was defeated by him and got melted with Raffaella and placed in, and I have a void now, and it's placed somewhere in Riful Cove, which is the new cove, not the old one. So let's say this is the first one, can be the second one. So let's say that before becoming the destroyer, their bodies melt together and their consciousness are here somewhere. Now I don't remember all the passages from here from now on, so I have to stop. But yeah, I can see that if I manage to do all I said until here, then it's possible to do the rest, because yeah, it's not impossible. This is the area of the organization, like the outside, but this is floating in the air, so this is another yeah, not an easy thing to do, but it's not impossible. And this is the inside. Okay, never mind. And everything else that happens will happen in this area, plus this one and this one. So let's say that when Miria leaves the capital city, leaves Rabona and goes for the organization, she goes here, which will be ground, and it will happen what we know, and all the battle with Roxanne and Cassandra and all of the stuff, and Eugene, all of the stuff is happening in this area, which is not in the map actually, but it will be a flat with some hills area. So yeah, this will be the area. And after that, all the fight outside Rabona, they can happen here, in the middle. So yeah, so the connection is Riful Cove, city of Rabona, the destroyers awakens after, I don't remember what happens, something happens. I don't remember who awakens first, maybe Priscilla, I don't remember. Something happens that triggers something here. I actually don't remember. So I remember that Claire probably meets, yeah, I have a void in this moment, but whatever. I'm super focused, but I'm tired as well. So they meet up. They basically are connected and blocked in. They are blocked inside this thing, and there is no destroyer yet. So that's the point where I'm probably mistaken. There is no destroyer yet until Claire and Priscilla consciousness are taken out of the bubble, basically, and so the destroyer starts showing up, if I remember correctly. But whatever, it's just about the places more than the timeline. But help me also with the timeline, so you can correct. And so all of the final battle will take place in this area, potentially in the capital, also in this area. in this area and in this area. So these places are going to be the places interested for the last part. Okay, perfect. I have everything I needed, at least in my mind and in the video. So, okay, perfect. So everything you feel to correct, just be sure that you are correcting me and not messing more. Just be sure of what you tell me. But whatever, it's more to share with you the idea, project. Okay, and give myself like a timeline. Now, everyone that knows both Claymore and Elden Ring lore are super welcome to help me out in defining all the changes, because there are some changes. I don't feel like they are super complicated. It's more about textual part, one side, plot and quest, in some cases, but we don't have to change everything. We have to adapt. So basically, transform words, transform concepts, and change models. Which is not, you don't have to do it manually. You just have to help me with the concept. Okay, that's the point. That's my request. So this is basically, this is basically the thing. Of course, there are 3 areas underground which I didn't mention, but they are important as well. So keep in mind, for those who doesn't know Elden Ring, there are these 3 areas underground, which are important. And I need to find. I already know that there is something that I'm missing right now because I'm tired, but there is some connection with Claymore as well, which can be used. Like, they also could potentially, now they cannot be code because they are too big. No, they are too big. So no, in that case it's not working, but something else. Okay, we'll find. And that's it. Then there is this small, which is not small area, which is this rotten tree basically. But I have the feeling I have an idea of what to do with it. So it's just geographically placed in the wrong place on the map, but it can be used somehow. So we'll see. Okay, so for the moment it's everything. And for those who don't know, there are basically 4 things which are poison. Yeah, I'm tired now. Okay, never mind. Poison and bleeding and frost, lightning, etc. But there are 2 things that interest us, which are madness and blight. Madness basically is a situation where you become mad when this orange bar, yellow bar fills up. Like this. And blight is basically similar, it just have a different Okay, so this is the blight and the previous one was the madness. So these 2 can be used to basically handle the awakening, okay, as you can understand actually. So we are working as well on that, but it's a concept now. So if anyone wants to help me out with this part, this is what I was asking and I wasn't able to explain. Not about the technical part yet, but more about the storyline of Claymore transported into Elden Ring and all the areas. So this is the part, and then from that point we need to see how to adjust it. And I already know that there is some work to do, but the concept itself is not complicated. The manual work, maybe it is, it is, but the concept is not. It's fitting. That's what I want to say. It's perfectly fitting. Okay, so this is basically a small, but not even smaller, almost big showcase of the project. And you can let me know everything you want. Just please, just useful things. Just useful things, because I'm already overwhelmed from the moment I began this project. So I'm just asking, not because I want to be mean. I'm just asking, like, my RAM is so full that I can accept only good suggestions and not divergence, divergent, and only correction if I'm making any mistake. So just let me know, but yeah, let me know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't say anything if I'm doing good or whatever. Sorry, I'm tired, but I'm super happy because when I'm like volcanoing ideas like this, and I have already some work in progress and some things to do. But of course, again, everyone that feels to join the crew and help me are super welcome, with the good spirit, the right spirit, because this is something that I already traced back in January or February, I don't remember, or March, and I already have the ideas. I just need help to place them. Then everything that is fitting and it doesn't break the Claymore lore and so on, and is fitting, it's okay. But everything else, like I'm going to tell you my idea, and then you tell me how can be improved, or contrary. Sometimes you tell me your idea, and I'm going to answer you what I already thought, and then we can get to the real point of how to solve it, because this is how the ideas usually came out together when you are co-working with someone. So I definitely need help with the concept, with this part that I just explained, and then of course even with the realization. So making the 3D models is not what I'm asking you, but every 2D, I have a guy working on 2D, but every 2D textual, so especially the textual part, if you want guys to help me translate, meaning translating the Elden Ring lore into the Claymore lore, I would definitely love you. Because, and then work on also on the TXT files, because, as I'm going to show you now, just be patient. So basically, yeah, I have an emptiness moment in my mind now. Yeah, I totally forgot what I wanted to tell you. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm super tired. But yeah, there are a lot of things to be done. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I just simply forgot what I wanted to say. Whatever, as you can imagine, there is a lot of work, but I also already made a lot of things. They are already in my mind and in the files also, not just in the mind, also in the files. But I definitely need help in the fixing and adapting and all this part. So this is the area where I need help, actually. I hope I was able. I totally forgot why I opened the game. I'm sorry, I'm actually tired. Yeah, basically there are a lot of things that they are in the programs, they are in the files, and I just need to place them on the maps in the right place. And before doing it, I need to trace the storyline in a way to place all the items and the characters correctly. So we need to make a map of the places. We need to discuss and make a map of the places where these characters are going to be. in different situations. This is important. All the facial aspect that you saw me sharing in other, like from my save games, which are basically Claire generation, it's 10 characters. Claris, it's 10 characters plus other 7, 8 or 10, I don't remember. And then there is a generation which are not 10 but some, and then are others that are missing. And those facial aspects are going to be inside the game as NPCs and summons. They are not going to be your choice when you start as a player. They are going to be helpers, basically. So you will be free to one second. Nope. You will be basically free to choose different classes, which now. Okay, these are the classes. Human, this is the only human one, this is the Abyss Feeder. All the others in the middle are all claymores. And there are differences, of course. So you will be able to choose one of these classes, which have different levels of starting, and if you don't know, Elden Ring maximum level, if I'm correct, should be 700 and something, so yeah. And basically, you can choose a class and go on with that one, but you will not be able to use, of course, main characters, except Claire, which will be the only exception, of course. So you will be able to use Claire, and of course, if you make me a specific request, I can send you later the sliders if you want to play with facial aspect. That's another thing. But in the mod itself, they are meant to be NPCs and summons. So this is what they are going to do. And they're going to be placed in the round table hold, which will be the organization and stuff like that. So that's almost all explained. Now, again, what I need help with is to carry on the concept idea, and after we have all the movement, all the storyline from A, B, C, D, like this happens here, that happens there. When we all have the locations, or the general, then the specific locations. When we have the specific locations, we have to define where every character, NPC, boss, enemy, etc. movements in order, or places, in order to place them. And consequentially, I can also place the items to be looted. That's also part of the game, of course. So, as you can imagine, I need help. This is the part what I'm asking you help for. After that, there is the textual part and other work to do. Like this is the programming, and after there is actually the action of doing these things. So it's a big project, but as you can see, it's super nice, and all the people that I have working on it, they are super enthusiastic, and yeah. Join up, guys, come on. I really have good things to do, but I seriously need help. So if you have time and passion, just help me out, because I need it. Okay, so that said, I'm going to quit the video. I hope I explained everything for the moment. Oh, of course, there will be awakened versions of some characters, which is a 3D, and I'm doing this with a friend of mine, so if everything goes good, it's not a problem. Otherwise, I will need to look for an animation person. We will see. We will carry that part. We are not asking you this part, that part. Okay? I'm asking you this other part. So, what else? All the things that I showed you, many things they are already on YouTube. And you can ask me everything, just be aware that it's better if you join me on Discord and we speak directly, because it's easier for me, because in the meantime I'm also doing stuff, and it's also easier to explain if I can show you something. If I have to write down everything every time, I will never combine anything. And I'm just asking you, if you want to help me, even with a small part, maybe it's not, don't think as a single person, maybe you just help me for a week or a couple of days and we do that part, and I'm going to you to place your name in the thanks, don't worry. That's of course included. It's not a paid job, I'm not asking money and I'm not giving money, unless it's really needed for like experted people to do 3D modeling and stuff like that. But for the rest, it's like, if there are big works and you feel you want something, I can give something, but not like, don't imagine like 200 or 300 euros, okay? Like maybe 20, 50 euros if we are going to translate or do that part, I don't know. Like, but for the let's say that I'm not asking money, so I would love if you are not going to ask me money unless you need it, of course. So I would definitely prefer if you guys join up for the project itself, because I'm actually doing it without anything, and all the animation you saw, I spent around 70 euros to have a guy make them for me, and they are almost perfect, meaning that after he couldn't continue, so basically they are not in the shape, in the final shape I wanted, not all of them. So I will need to fix them, but let's say that that part is done. Some of them are done, and it was a very good job. So in some cases it's okay for me, but I'm spending money for making this, not too much, but still. So everyone that can help out of passion is welcome. This is the point, because I'm not going to ask money when the mod is complete and is would be online. I'm not going to ask money. I'm doing it for the passion of it, for the love of it. I'm not going to ask money. So unless you really need something like, okay, I worked for a week on the text, please at least 50 euros. Okay, but when there is some strong work to do, I know it's a strong work. But now let's leave that part aside. What I'm asking you is totally different for the moment. I'm asking you to help me out with all this tracing, the locations, the maps, and finding the right spots for every character movement in the story, and so on. So this is the thing I need, and actually after that there is the, okay, let's see how to make it fit into Elden Ring, in the story of Elden Ring, and so on. It's like, that's the main thing, and then it's like yeah, a side effect, let's say. Okay, this is it. So I hope I explained everything. See you.